Hello friends, welcome to Global Online. Today we are discussing NTA UGC NET 2023 Paper 2 Economics. In this class, we discuss about microeconomics, theory of production and cost. And in this class, we discuss this theory of production and cost with PYQs, and it will really help you to gain knowledge about the questions and the way of delivering answer. So let's start with this session. First question, implicit cost are. What do you mean by implicit cost? Here the options given, it's equal to total fixed cost, or it compared entirely of variable cost, or the payments for self-employed resources, or it always greater than short run than long run cost. So here the implicit cost means the cost that a producer will alone make, or the cost or the thing that the self-employed resources. So it can be the payment for self-employed resources. And the answer to this, payments for self-employed resources. Whether the producer can get anything, or he works in the in the firm, so the cost that incur in that is called implicit cost. It does not required to record in the accounts of the firm. So that is called implicit. So okay, and the cost that is other is called explicit cost, that cannot be made by the resources that is self-employed by the producer. Okay, then next question. Law of diminishing returns states that it is the resources that increase due to the variable resources or the given quantity of fixed resources. And the next option, the variable resource given the quantity of fixed resource, and the MP or the marginal product of the firm will eventually decrease. And the third option, in short run, the average total cost of the firm will diminish, that eventually diminish. In next option, the last option, the long run, the average total cost of the firm will eventually diminish. Here the law of diminishing return states that when we use more resources, or we use the resource in a out of the limit, here the marginal product of the firm will decrease. So the answer is option B. The resources given in the quantity of fixed resource, that the marginal product of the firm will eventually decrease. And here's given some example. When we use too many laborers or too many cooks or chefs in the hotel, that will spoil the taste of the food, or that will make a clustered level of food. So that is a thing that we cannot use more resources out of the limit, that will destroy the output, or it will diminishing the output in the firm. And next, we can relate the thing, the law of diminishing return, with a teaching strategy. When a student or when a teacher comes to a class, the student think in 10 to 15 minutes, so what a wow class, or it's a great class. And after a half an hour or more than half an hour, he thinks that, oh, what is the time now, and what is the thing that the teacher doesn't stop in the class. And after that 1 hour, or later 1 hour, that makes him or makes the students get bored, and he will think that just stop this class. Okay, so that is the thing. Anything or the thing that we use more than the limit, it makes the resources, or it makes the output in a destroyed way, or in a diminishing way. So here the time, the resources, or the labors, etc. This all are we want to use in a certain limit. After the limit, the resources and also the output will waste. Okay. And this is a graph that will represent the total product. Here the output is given in a vertical axis and input in the horizontal axis. In stage 1, the product will or the total production will increasing, and after the certain limit it will diminish, it will increase in a diminishing rate, and later the second stage it will decrease or diminish. So these are the three stages a production firm will cross. And the three stages, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, we can represent or we can relate it with a traffic signal. When you see a green signal, that means you can go, or it's a green signal. Okay. And then in a second stage, the yellow, that means you can go but in a careful way, or in a limited way. Okay. And then the third stage, that means to stop. The red signal, that means to stop, or there's a danger ahead. Okay, so these three stages you can relate with a traffic signal. Clear? Then the third question, the short run is a time period. Whether all resources are fixed in a short run, or the level of output is fixed, or the size of the production plant is variable, or the resources are fixed and some resources are variable. And the answer here, some resources are fixed and some others are variable. In short run, we cannot make changes for all the resources or all the thing that we can get. But there are some resources that are fixed and some resources are variable. But in long run, we can change all resources certainly. So that is the long run with all resources are variable, but in short run some resources are fixed and some resources are variable. Before we move into the next question, we can see what Global Online offering for you. We provide complete syllabus, video lectures, notes, mock tests, and last 10 years of PYQs. That will really help you to catch your exam in the first attempt. And you can get it from our app in the Play Store. And after enrolling the required course, you can get all the features in our app, and any queries related to this, please contact with the given WhatsApp number and get paper 1 complete course free with paper 2. And the next question, the total product, the TP curve that is falling, and what happened to the marginal product of labor or the average product of labor. Whether the marginal product curve, MP curve for labor is 0 or negative, or AP curve for labor is increasing or negative. In here, the total product curve is falling means the production is diminishing. So at that period, the labor, the additional labor is useless, or it does not make any changes to the output. So that is the marginal product is of labor is negative, or it doesn't need. Okay, and this is a curve that's showing the TP, MP and AP. And this curve, that is TP curve, that is rising at a increasing rate in the initial point of time, and after a point, at this point, the TP is rising in a diminishing rate, and after reaching a particular point, it decreasing. Okay, at that time the AP is in negative. Sorry, MP is in negative. The MP also rising in a drastic change or in a rapid way, and after a limit it will diminishes, that is in the second stage, and later the TP is decreasing. At that time MP is negative. Okay, and the next question, MP reaches its maximum. MP reaches maximum, what happened to the TP curve? Whether the TP is also maximum or that is declining, even the MP is positive and the TP is increasing if MP is still positive, or it total product levels off, or it depends on the total product levels of. And the answer to this, total product is rising if marginal product is still positive, or the marginal product just reaches the maximum, the TP is also rising, and until the MP or the marginal product is the zero or it is falling, at that point of time the TP is diminishing, or after the TP is diminishing, the MP is negative. Here the TP is rising. It's rising at until the MP is 0, and after MP is 0 and then gets to into negative, the TP is falling. And at this point, the TP AP is falling, and then MP is negative. Okay, next one. The economies of scale in a firm over some range of output that will have what type of long run cost curve? Rising, falling, constant, or in a rising, falling position. It does not have a constant or at a particular thing to call rising, falling, then rising long run curve. So the answer is constant long run, because at the economies of scale, that means the firm in a safe position or in a profitable situation. At that time, the long run average cost is in a fixed way or in a constant, or it can be a benefitful position. So that is represented in a graph. When the firm starts at the production unit, the cost is very high, and after a particular point there, the firm have a cost that is minimum, and at that point the firm can produce the output in a lower or minimum cost. So that's a point of economies of scale, and the curve is constant there. That long run average cost is constant there. Clear? Then the firm doubles its input, and also the output has more than double, and this is known as what? Or this is economies of scale, constant returns, or diseconomies of scale, or violation of the law of diminishing returns. Here the input doubles, but at that time the output doubles, the output more than doubled. So that is a benefitful or a profitable. So that is economies of scale, or the firm attains a point of economies of scale. So the firm can produce the output at a way that is more than the double or more than the way of input used in the production process. And the next question, the production of a product, that's the input is increased at 20%, or the resources used in the production that's increased by 20%, and the output also increases by 20%, then the what will be called? That is economies of scale. Definitely there is economies of scale, but there is not only economies of scale, but also there is constant returns to scale, because the 20% resources will gain 20% of output, So here the output is equal to the input, or the combination of both are same. So the constant return to scale will perform in the question. Next, the MC, marginal cost, is equal to the average cost, and then the slope of the average cost is positive, negative, 0 or infinite. And here the MC is equal to AC. Okay, MC equals to AC, and then slope of the AC is called, that is 0. And it can, this is a graph, this is AC and this is MC. And also the starting of the production procedure, the AC is high, and after a particular limit or in a minimum limit the AC attains, the MC cuts AC from below. At that point, MC equals AC, the slope of the AC is 0 and also the slope of the MC is 0. Clear? Then isoquant can be considered as. Here the isoquant is considered to be a producer equal cost curve or a producer equal quantity curve or a production indifference curve or another name of indifference curve. Here the isoquant means same quantity or equal quantity. And we know about the indifference curve. Indifference curve is the curve that shows equal quantity or same quantity of two combination of commodities to a consumer. Here the isoquant is the producer related or the producer based. So it is the curve of production indifference curve, or it can be also called production indifference curve. Okay, and this is the isoquant. Here the capital and labor are the two resources here, and the two combination or the various combination of labor and capital that joins to be form a IS or isoquant. And next question, in case of zero production, which cost is positive, or the production unit is not producing any output, and also there are a cost, or the cost that is positive there is fixed cost. That's an that is average variable cost, monetary cost in the daily routine or the daily expense of the firm, but the firm must incur the fixed cost because the fixed cost is the base of the production unit. So the firm have to incur the fixed cost in the production procedure. So that is positive in all period, or also at a zero production the fixed cost is positive. Then the period of time at which the plant capacity can be totally varied, or the plant capacity here means the machinery, equipment, etc. that can vary his capacity in the period of time that is long run or long period. So the firm cannot change the plant capacity in a short period. It can only change the labors, resources, raw materials in the short period, but it cannot change the building machinery plan in the short period. So that is in long period the plant capacity of the firm can be totally varied or totally changed. Then when the firm remain in business as long as in the short run, what is the cost that can be covered, or what the cost the firm to covered in the short run to remain in the business, that is the cost of variability or the variable cost, the routine expenses. The firm can incur the firm must incur the variable cost to retain in the business or remain in the business in the short run. That so the variable cost must be covered. Okay. And the next question, fixed cost curve, the slope of the fixed cost curve. The fixed cost is a cost that the firm must incur to produce all the things or all the outputs. So here the fixed cost curve cannot start from the origin because a cost must be there to start anything. There must be an investment first to start any business, that is fixed cost. So the fixed cost curve is parallel to the x-axis, or it is a horizontal axis or the horizontal line, that is FC, fixed cost. It cannot change during the production procedure. It is the thing that is remain constant in all the production procedure. Okay, so it is a slope of parallel to x-axis. Then this question for you, the shutdown point is that point where the price is, this is less than variable cost or equal to variable cost or greater than variable cost or equal to average cost. We say that the variable cost is the cost that must incur by the firm to retain the business in the short run. So, during the shutdown point, what will happen to the average cost or the variable cost? Okay, so this question, the earlier question we deal will answer, will make use because the shutdown point is related to that question. So this question will make you very simply to answer the thing whether it is less than or equal or greater than. So please answer the question in the comment box, and we will meet in next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.